Live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. This is Roy Kessel with Sports Philanthropy Network, and we're excited to have with us special guest today, Susan Farren. So, Susan, thank you for being here.
Roy, thank you for
Welcome to
having
the show.
me. Thank you.
We know you're excited to get a special award tomorrow, so tell
Yeah.
us about how that came about.
Well, I've been working with a neuroscientist by the name of Ryan Darcy. He helps us work with the first responders and their families to help diminish the stress that
Ryan's
they're
been
under.
on with us the last few years, so we know
Well,
Ryan
okay,
well.
so Ryan introduced me to Nicole, and I had no idea when I met Nicole I was being interviewed for this award, and I found out that I had received it, the team had received it, and so we're excited to be here.
So dive in a little bit more. We've had Dr. Darcy on in previous years.
Yeah.
He shared a lot of the information about the work that he's doing and the amazing energy that he brings to the table
Yeah.
as well. So tell us about the work that you do together.
So Dr. Darcy and I met about 3 years ago. I run an organization here in Northern California. I was a career paramedic here in San Francisco and in Oakland. And like a lot of first responders, firefighters, police officers, I had gotten sick with organ cancer. I'd survived. I'd done all this research around why first responders get sick and die early and discovered that there were all these things that were happening to our nervous systems, our brain and spinal cord, that were directly related to the kind of work that we did, and nobody was talking about it. So I got introduced to Dr. Darcy. He found out what our trademark was, which was putting PTSD out of business. He loved that. He came down to one of our conferences, saw the work that we did that helped with behavioral wellness and nervous system regulation, and he was in. And he began attending our conferences, bringing his devices, the NeuroCatch, things like that, and evaluating the brains of the first responders before they went through our conference and before and after, and saw the changes. And now he's partnered with us and on our advisory board, and here I am.
Well, we talk about the stress that first responders are under,
Yeah.
right? It's enormous. It's just a constant state of being,
Yeah.
right? Because you're dealing with crisis all day,
Yeah.
all night, right?
All night.
Depending on the situation. And so, as you said, putting PTSD out of business, I love that
Yeah.
phrase, that needs to be a t-shirt.
Yes, it is. But we're really helping them to change their mindset before they go onto the job. We do all this stuff to make our bodies healthy and strong, as we well know, because of all the behavioral and brain health for the NFL. The same thing happens with the first responders, different type of stress, but chronic stress. And that wears down the nervous system.
Well, people don't realize when you're in that state of stress, right? It's like when you're in an environment like this where there's a lot of noise, a lot of light. Sometimes people don't feel it until they leave.
Yeah.
Right? You kind of adapt to what you've got going on. You learn how to sort of survive in this space. But then when you walk into somewhere quiet, you're like, whoa, that was really crazy.
That is exactly how we describe it. It's like being in a room where there's a radio playing and you don't realize how loud you're talking until someone turns the radio off. And the same thing happens for us. And you don't know. When you go onto the job, you can practice and train, but until you're actually, I'll use the phrase, on the field, playing the game, you don't know what it's going to feel like to get hit.
So how do you prepare people for that? Then that's the perfect analogy, right? Like you need to train to allow your body to prepare, right? You train physically
Yeah.
because you do strength training, speed training, other things like that, right? We can train mentally, but how do you prepare for that stress?
I love that question. So one of the things that we do, really, it's about education. So we recognize what's the human brain saying. So there's a lot of what happens with the human brain is unconscious. You're not aware that there's messaging playing while you're talking to someone, and yet there is. So we train them in mindfulness, number one. Then we train them in nervous system control. So we hear this all the time now, people struggling with anxiety and depression. It's the human condition. It's not just first responders, but I happen to be a first responder training first responders. So what we help them understand is how to calm, how to regulate that nervous system while you're on the job, so that you don't, exactly how you described it, go home, get off the field, and then feel the impact of what you were just exposed to. So we train them in everything from breath work to mindfulness, to other techniques that allow them to reset that nervous system so they can continue to do the job. Just like you would take a player off the field, take them into the locker room, bandage them up. We do that during the game now, where before, just like it used to be for us in the NFL, they would wait until the players were hurt, they would take them off the field, they would treat them, and then hope they could come back. Now we're doing it on a regular basis.
Proactively.
That is our whole thing, is we're a proactive behavioral wellness program run by first
And
responders.
so these training programs, these are in person or virtual or both?
Both. So we started off initially when I started the organization, we went in and trained 40 first responders in 2018 and tried to help them understand what was happening. And then they told other first responders. And this year we've trained, I think we're at 14,000 first responders and their families. And then we've created an online program so that those who can't get to us to one of our conferences can see us virtually.
Well, that's amazing work. We're excited to see how we can partner together with Sports Philanthropy Network. So
I am excited to be a part of this.
for coming and joining us today live from Radio Row. This is Roy Kessel signing off for Sports Philanthropy Network. Please remember to live generously.